Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a little bit of breaking news. And this information, is it really shocking at the end of the day, considering what we know about Chris Kindred and how he is literally the one who started Gamergate 2.0, the entire situation that we have all been dealing with, every single one of us? Well, apparently, according to SmashJT.com, Chris Kindred has officially been fired from Sweet Baby Inc.
Bye, Felicia.
Now, you guys are probably thinking to yourself, is this really a thing? Did this really happen? Did Chris Kindred, the arbiter of Gamergate 2.0, the one who tried to get Cabrutus canceled, the one who tried to get Cabrutus' Sweet Baby Inc. detective page taken down, the one who tried to get Cabrutus' actual own personal Steam page taken down, apparently he is. So let's get into this article, guys, from SmashJT.com. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. And again, guys, we keep getting W after W after W. It is honestly asinine how many W's they are allowing us to collect in Gamergate 2.0. I mean, it has become unbelievable, but that's beside the point. Let's get into it. In breaking news to be celebrated by many in the gaming world, it's been confirmed that Chris Kindred, a key figure in several online controversies and the originator of many issues beginning Gamergate 2.0, has been fired from Sweet Baby Inc. Credit for the scoop goes to Master the TDS, Gothic Therapy. Shout out to Master the TDS. The guy does amazing work. If you guys are not following Master the TDS on Twitter or Gothic Therapy on his YouTube channel, you have to go follow the guy. He does amazing work and deserves the credit. Who was given exclusive insider information from within the company. According to Master the TDS, Kindred's firing has not been publicly acknowledged by Sweet Baby Inc., but the source they have is highly credible and very close to the situation, making this news as good as officially confirmed. Then it says a controversial figure, Chris Kindred, is finally out. Chris Kindred is no stranger to controversy, and his removal from Sweet Baby Inc. comes after mounting internal pressure from other members of the company who were fed up with his behavior. Kindred is most infamous for his roles in what has been dubbed Gamergate 2, which began when he launched an unprovoked attack on Cabrutus, a Steam curator who had been openly critical of Sweet Baby Inc. Kindred's campaign to deplatform Cabrutus was seen by many as a calculated move to silence criticism, attempting to get the removal of Sweet Baby Inc. Detective Steam curator group, and the gamers were not having any of it. Now, like I said earlier in my video, this is the man that started it all, right? When Belair went in that conference and wouldn't mention not one single time how all of this started and just tried to pretend like gamers just up and picked Sweet Baby Inc. for the fun of it, for the target of their ire, right? That's not how this went down. Everybody knows, who knows anything, that Chris Kindred is the one that started all of this. Cabrutus was just doing something that he always wanted to do, which was have more transparency in gaming, which is something, as we all know, the gaming industry is not exactly here for that, right? They're not looking to do that. And yet, when it comes to SBI, they're the kind of company that doesn't like transparency. As much as they like to say, well, our website is public facing and anybody can find it, you're not finding anything hidden. Ultimately, that's not true. They prefer to be hidden. They absolutely prefer to be the company that nobody knows about because they are the ones that they know what they do is going to piss people off. They're not doing anything that is for the gamer. They're not doing anything that people actually want to see happen in video games. And I guarantee you, through all their lies they've ever told, the biggest lie by far is they don't do anything, right? That's the lie that they try to tell you. That's what they actually have on their website right now. If you look at their website, it's completely redesigned. I did a video on that. In case you guys missed it, go check it out. The website has been completely redesigned and scrubbed. You can't find any information about the companies they work with, who their partners are, who their contractors are, who works at the company. You can't find anything. All there is one front page and then a second small page, which gives you an option to email them if you want to work with them. That's literally it, and they scrubbed everything else. So seeing Chris Kindred get fired is absolutely huge information, because it proves that even though this is a company that just doesn't want to admit that gamers, are right in the situation, and they don't want to admit that they were the ones who started it, there is still some consequences for some really stupid actions. And I guarantee you the firing came not because they wanted to necessarily get rid of him, but because they were probably having some sort of internal argument over at the company, and it ended in him getting fired or self-removing himself. But that was just one of the many troubling incidents involving Kindred. He also made headlines for attempting to get me fired, which is Smash AT, by contacting his old employer and labeling him as a racist, making false claims throughout his tirade. And if you guys missed that, we made videos on that prior as well. So now let's talk about this. According to Master the TDS Insider, Kindred's conduct had become too much even for Sweet Baby Inc., a company that has had plenty of controversies that he's covered in detail. There were reportedly multiple calls to CEO Kim Belair and other decision makers within the company, urging them to remove Kindred from his position. Although the decision to part ways with Kindred was made internally, Sweet Baby Inc. has opted not to make any public statements on the matter. At least not yet. I wouldn't hold my breath either. In fact, Kindred's bio may still reflect his association with the company for a long time moving forward, but make no mistake, he's been quietly pushed out and he's gone. This is a huge development, not just because Kindred has been fired, but because it highlights the ongoing internal divisions within Sweet Baby Inc. Not everyone at the company was on board with Kindred's toxic behavior, and it seems that the push to remove him finally gained enough traction to result in his dismissal. While we could speculate that he did something awful to someone internally there, following suit with the external character that he's shown us to be, at this point, we have no info about the specific reason as to why beyond what was provided. Now, again, guys, my personal opinion reading all of this is that he was fired because, quite frankly, there were probably way too many internal arguments happening, right? Chris Kindred versus maybe Kim Belair versus whoever. There was way too many internal arguments, and everybody was probably pointing the finger internally at Chris Kindred because they know, right? They know the truth. Even though the journalists may never tell you the truth, even though SBI may never publicly tell you the truth, at the end of the day, they know the truth, and they know that the shit that they're in is because of Chris Kindred. They know that. It's because of him. It is his fault. It is his problem that he made. He made this problem for the entire company, and they all try to do damage control. They all try to publicly defend him, but they all know it's because of him. He is the reason why we have Gamergate 2.0. He is the reason why there is so many things happening in the industry right now in terms of the conversation around the wokeness and the diversity consultancy firms. All this shit that used to be very, very hush-hush, now it's not, because you know what happens? The Streisand effect happens. When somebody like Chris Kindred comes out and attacks people like that, even though it was blatantly not Kabrutus' fault, he has every right to make that group. He has every right to do what he did, and yet Chris Kindred decided to take it to that level. Fine, but the Streisand effect takes over, and what ends up happening is people start researching. People start looking into things, and before you know it, we're finding out about shit that we should have never known about, right? Probably we never would have known about if it wasn't for somebody like Chris. So ultimately, guys, I'm super excited to see this news. I'm happy as hell. And it just shows us even more that gamers are winning and will continue to win. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.